Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And we've got a showdown in the NFC South. It's the Saints and the Panthers. All that and more coming up next.
Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0. Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Well, it's hard enough to play on the road in this league as it is. But to start on the road with a fumble on the opening kickoff, just not the precedent you obviously want to set.
Not at all, and now it's just words because they've talked about it all week. From the time they start game planning for this one, remember, going into hostile territory, we have to set the tone right in the beginning, and they do the exact opposite.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
A first carry for the Canadian-born Chuba Hubbard. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. The ball on the 8. Still could get a first down technically. 2nd and 7. Now Foreman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing 3rd down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Rashard Higgins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the 9th-year QB out of Eastern Illinois, author of 2 magical playoff runs in the last 3 seasons, Jimmy Garoppolo.
And Jimmy Garoppolo has shown that he can be a Super Bowl quarterback, but his biggest problem, his ability to stay healthy and remain on the field. When able, he's a capable quarterback prone to winning games both in the regular and postseason.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Throwing on second down. Garoppolo. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. That's complete to his running back, Kamara.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
To throw again on second down. Garoppolo. He gets it to Thomas.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
All-pro receiver Michael Thomas missed all of 2021 while recovering from an ankle injury, but we'll never forget that he set an NFL record in 2019 with 145 catches. When healthy, borderline unguardable, just like he was on that play.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Kamara up the middle. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Garoppolo. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he's got the hook up to Landry.
And he is going to have a Saints first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And the Saints are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Well, Brandon, obviously no panic in them. They gave up the touchdown. You know, their defensive side did that. But he's already taking them back downfield. I love this field general that they've got. It's almost like he went to the defensive captain and said, don't worry about it. We've got you. Now they got 1st and goal.
Yeah, we're seeing punch, counter punch, and this could be set. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. A big loss there of about 7 yards on 1st and goal, so now it's 2nd down.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. The holding penalty, that puts him in an unenviable spot here as they try again on 3rd and goal. Garoppolo looks to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. The kick by Lutz is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
A timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice.
He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards there, a big one.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A carry for Foreman. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. And this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
And he stopped immediately there. They'll run with Foreman. And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Some good games coming up here in Week 3, the first weekend of fall officially. And tonight, the Niners and Broncos from Denver. 49er fans are probably saying, wait, I thought we were done with Russell Wilson. No, they'll see him tonight. And then on Monday night, Cowboys and Giants from MetLife Stadium kicking off at 8:15 Eastern.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here comes the Saints punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position.
The possession of the football goes over to Carolina.
And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And
see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Newton to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Higgins. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I'm thinking the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. To throw is Newton.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Throwing again is Newton. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with him trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. There's Garoppolo to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Here's Newton. He's going to look deep for more. It got his man complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the gun, here's Newton. Flushed out, and he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And I can imagine the halftime discussions are about how can we improve the running game. They have not had success so far, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they too didn't do a whole lot in terms of rushing efficiency in that first half, as you can tell by the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Takes it at the 7. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here are the Panthers set to take over. They were winners last week, defeating the New York Giants. They lead this one as well right now as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Newton. Here's Higgins out of the right side. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Newton now to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Thomas. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Newton on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3 and out.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Now this one taken in by Olave. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down.
from the gun. It's a run for Kamara. A pretty nice gain there on the run. Gets it to the 35 after showcasing the agile move.
Second down, and it's Kamara again. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Garoppolo.
The pass caught by Olave. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo.
That's Olave bringing in another one. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
From the 22, Garoppolo. And Thomas has it.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Kamara. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. That's to the sideline and complete. A nifty job to make the catch, but the throw took him right out of bounds. Here we go with Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Alvin Kamara.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Saints are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. But we are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So that drive spans 13 plays. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
A shotgun snap for Newton.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Foreman. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Here's Johnny Hecker now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Landry now on the return. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. They begin on the ground with Kamara. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing is Newton. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Newton. This pass complete to Higgins. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down. Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they're going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. They'll set up the screen down to Kamara. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. They got the ball in great field position after the fumble, but this defense tried to stand tall.
They certainly are, and a lot of times after you pick up a fumble or get an interception, you have momentum on your side. You kind of walk through a defense and score. Not so fast, not in this case.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Kamara is into the end zone for a Saints touchdown. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So now Newton and the Panthers trailing 17-10, 2:11 to go. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here as they've got it 1st and 10. Flush to his right.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Newton. He's got Higgins over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
That's going to be caught. It's Chenault.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Throwing is Newton.
To the right side and complete to Thomas.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Now Newton.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Saints will have the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Down to a knee goes Garoppolo, and that ought to do it.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for the Saints, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Carolina, it'll be their first loss of the season. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals.